Yo, what's up everybody? How are you doing? It's your boy Nick Graceful. Thank you again for signing into my YouTube channel and watching another video from The Biz Model. I think a lot of people have been getting mixed up what an influencer and a model is, and of course how wouldn't you if a lot of models are also influencers, a lot of influencers are also models, and on top of that you have models that start as models and then they become influencers, and then you have influencers that start as influencers and then somehow they get into modeling even if they could never model. I understand where your confusion is, so today we're going to talk about what's the difference and why you should actually do both. So a model is somebody that lends their image and ability to guarantee very aesthetic photos and videos for one of two reasons: just pure pleasure, or to promote or push a brand for their certain marketing strategies. An influencer, on the other hand, creates a photo or video for a specific brand to then share with their audience. So the process to become an established model is very different than to become an established influencer. To become an established model, you have to first get signed, then build a portfolio, go to castings, start booking jobs, start doing a little bit of networking, get signed internationally, go try other markets, establish yourself in those markets, so then they're actually interested in calling you from different cities, and that way you actually get a momentum that builds up to a personal brand, which is, this model is friggin' awesome to work with. Then you become a top model. If you're becoming an established influencer, what you actually do is that you create content around a topic that you love, and by doing that, you actually attract an audience. So for example, if you love cars and you start making a bunch of content with cars, YouTube videos, Instagram posts, podcasts talking about cars and whatnot, then you're gonna have an audience that particularly So what you're gonna do is build an audience that particularly likes cars. So what's gonna happen is that brands that sell cars are gonna reach out to you because you have a large audience that's interested in cars, and when they reach out to you, they're gonna say, hey, if you mention my car, I'll pay you this much. And then what happens is that you create a photo or video as an influencer, you driving the car, and that is why so many people get confused of what's the difference between an influencer and a model, and the process is completely different. The good thing about becoming an influencer is that you actually build a brand. You build a business. A business does not die with your age, which modeling does die with your age. So when you're closer to 30, you can kind of start expecting things to slow down a little bit on modeling. Some people actually have it accelerate. It's really on a case-by-case basis. But the good thing about influencing is that you're actually building something that is perpetual if you know how to take it through the adaptation of time. The reason why I normally recommend that you should do both is because of this. Right now, brands and creative teams and photographers love to work with models because we know the drill. We know how to get in front of the camera, we know how to respect the orders of a photographer. A lot of influencers came up on taking photos of themselves. So that means that if you take 100 pictures and you don't like those photos, you just erase them or you keep the one that you like the most. When you are a model and you get in front of a camera, you can't tell the photographer, hey, can you please delete that? That makes me look like this. So you actually become very, very good at just delivering exactly what you want because you want to look good in every photo, or you want to look as best as you can to promote the product, or to build your own personal brand as a professional model. That being said, a lot of photographers and creative teams do not like to work with influencers, but brands love them. Why do they love them? Because they save a bunch of money when you hire an influencer. You don't have to specifically hire a whole production team. You can actually just hire the influencer, and most likely he will have a photographer or he will have a team that works for him, and he will create the content, and the brand saves so much money and still gets the same amount of exposure. So that being said, you really want to do both, because what happens when you can tell a brand, hey, I know how to guarantee photos, so your team is gonna love me, and on top of that, I can actually be an influencer as well because I can promote your stuff to my audience as well. So if you can deliver on both of those angles, they're gonna absolutely love you. Right now, there's a huge war going through people that are like, I don't want to work with influencers. It's so hard to work with them. It's so hard to work with a girl that goes, oh no, I'm sorry, you can't do that picture because like my ass doesn't look good. That's an influencer. Models are not like that. Models actually, they go in, they do their shit, they trust the photographer, they trust the creative team, and then they go sayonara, and they're out of there. And they're no trouble to work with. That's the reason why I believe you should do both. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel. Where is it? Subscribe. If you have any proposals for topics, put him there, and I will more than gladly make more videos with whatever you share with me. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at @thebizmodel. On that Instagram, I post a bunch of tips and strategies for like personal finances and branding and networking, and I actually do inspirational quotes as well, and it's all specifically tailored for models and influencers. I would also love for you to follow the podcast. It's on Anchor app, and you can follow it as The Biz Model. I share with you all the opportunities that I get, all the opportunities that I let go by, all the branding and financing and networking little things that I do purposefully for my own career. I feel that if I do it that way, you might be able to feel more identified with what's happening, and maybe you can apply it a little better. Also, I have a community of people. We share, ask, and discuss, and we just talk about things in the modeling industry. So if you want to follow that, please do so by sending me a DM through Instagram. I'll send you a link, and that link is going to be to download Telegram. As soon as you download it, it will drop you inside of the chat room, and I will see you there. Bye.